YouTube, what's good, man? Welcome back to another erratic video, man. I told you I was gonna see you in the next one, man. Listen, bro, I got my boy Sean Ryan show. John Shrek McPhee, the sheriff of Baghdad. The title is already crazy. We have to get into it, man. I skipped right into the action when he entered Iraq. I've never seen this before. And yeah, man, we about to be bringing this to the channel, man. I told you we're gonna be diverse. We just gonna be throwing stuff up here, bro. We just gonna keep uploading and staying consistent, man. Nothing can stop us. We're unstoppable. Let's get into it.
Fix it so there's less pain. You know? And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get out. I'm not here to bitch over this. I'm here to fucking figure out like how I can get back to running in the morning without so much fucking pain. And then like I was like, it was weird. Like I didn't want to get out. You know what I mean? That's not why I was complaining about it. I was complaining because it fucking hurt, which is why I thought you go to the medics, but that's not always true. So, yeah, so I just fucking sucked it up for a while and eventually it got better.
Pause, my brother. Pause.
Did you say you're still a private after 5 years?
Me? No.
Okay, I thought you said it took 5 years to get to combat or to this jump.
Oh, no, this was like 91 when I was new in Ranger Battalion.
Okay.
I was a new guy.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me 5 years. I did 5 years in Ranger Battalion and then I went to SF.
Okay. I mean, I'm curious. So how long were you at Ranger Battalion before you jumped into Iraq?
A year, max.
A year?
Like, yeah.
So what was,
Less.
what was how did that brief come down?
Fuck, man, the whole regiment, there's a fucking war going on. We're going to fucking war, baby. Everyone's like, yeah, who wants grenades? You're like,
Hell no, nigga. I'm in that bitch running back home, fool. Ain't nobody going to no fucking war. We don't got time for that, bro. I'm not getting shot.
I do. Who needs another Claymore? You know what I mean? The fucking...
Throw a bomb at me. Throw a bomb at me. I swear to God, I'm pulling the pin and throwing that bitch at you.
As soon as they start throwing grenades and Claymores around, you know this shit's fucking real. You know what I mean?
Were you pretty pumped about it? Or?
Super pumped.
There's no way.
And then it was like,
There's no way you're ready to die like that, sir. This guy is not human.
exactly like every airborne school fucking song. You know what I mean? Like C-140, you know, 64 jumpers, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember the songs.
Yeah.
I'm doing this poorly, right? But like, we got on the planes. We flew to Iraq. We fucking rigged up. We jumped the fuck out. It was great. But it was 30 knot winds and it fucked up a ton of dudes. I think there was like, man, it had to be like, I don't know, man. It was a lot, like 80 backboards out there with dudes taped to them. You know what I mean? Like, and then like dudes, because the winds were so high, dudes got drugged. I see like, remember the old like LBE thing that held the magazines, like 3 magazines, and like the lid came off with like the plastic buckle on the front.
I have no idea.
Remember
what this thing
those?
is talking about.
That would be ground in half and you could see every bullet in the magazine still. And like,
shit.
So like when I got to the medic point, when they're like, hey, you're not going on the road march, you know, you're medical, these are backboards, you guys got to go to the hospital, right? Dudes raped me for my gear. Like raped me. So here I am injured, having to just carry all my shit in a fucking ball. I don't even have a backpack, so I took my shit.
So you come back from that, you do some you go to sniper school.
Yeah.
How was sniper school?
U.S. Army sniper? Fucking joke.
Really?
Ridiculous.
Every person who lifts weights knows what a Texas Power Bar is. Everyone who's fortunate enough to use one always wants to go back to it. And when you go back to a commercial...
Yeah, the stocks, you had to get like 30 meters from a fucking truck and you're shooting an M14 blank. You know what I mean? You know how much fucking gas, the gas probably touches the fucking truck. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I did well, like I passed, I shoot well, but like, I thought it was a joke, and they like tried to smoke us one morning, and it's like, you're regular Army, you're fat, you're out of shape. Like, why even add 2 hours of fitness in here? It only makes you look bad. Like, teach us something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, although it's the mark of the man. You got to pass to have your job, even though you're already a sniper, right? You got to know the basics. I thought it was a little unrealistic, which made it harder than it needed to be. I think it could be a little more realistic and guys would learn more and do better later instead of only thinking like, I got to get 30 yards on a stalk.
Good point. Good point.
He
Did
called
you
that
any
junk a
other
joke.
deployments in Ranger Battalion?
Yeah, tons. Like, I think we were in Egypt during, Mogadishu. We were in Egypt at the Sinai waiting on the word. I've done a ton of shit in Ranger Battalion. Fucking jungle school so many times in Panama. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I'm a jungle expert. I don't know how many fucking times over. It's not even funny. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, I did a ton of shit in Ranger Battalion. Tons of shit.
Well, what caught your interest in SF?
I didn't want to end up in Korea.
That's it.
Sit. That's all I knew. I mean, think about it. In the 90s, there was no internet. Like, I didn't even know what a fucking Ranger was, and I did that. And then, like, these guys are going to Special Forces selection. Like, what was it like? And then a buddy of mine that was like, there's nothing you can't do every day. I'm like, I think I'll try this out. And that's what I told myself the whole time. There's nothing today that I can't do.
Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll dive into that.
Okay.
True.
He think he's Superman. That boy think he a
Slash
god.
us extremely important.
He said it's nothing. I can't do that. We need that type of confidence in the world. No cap.
So, how did it come across your radar, though? I'm just curious.
Man, like other guys in my platoon went. So, yeah, this is an interesting thing.
All
Like
right, we're
back
gonna
in
stick to Delta
the
Force.
90s, all skill level 1 tasks, and I had a great time walking through the mountains. I loved every
Come on, you two, stop fucking with me, bro. Like, you always
saying,
wanna
guys
fuck
like,
with me.
well, I mean, what do you think you got to have? Like, well, they also say don't be late, light, or out of uniform. So bring your shit, make sure it weighs right, and fucking let's go. I mean, I just thought selection was all skill level 1 tasks, and I had a great time walking through the mountains. I loved every fucking second, man.
This nigga's an
Oh
old.
no, there's one day I didn't love so much, but other than that, I fucking loved it.
What was that day?
Man, I started to get a little chafe, like my inner thighs started getting chafed.
What does
right?
that mean?
And I knew I needed like Vaseline or something to walk during the day so I wouldn't get chafed.
Ooh,
I didn't
sound
want to
like
go to the
road
medic
burn.
because the thing is you go to the medic, you're automatically out. That's what guys think. So like I didn't want to go to the medic. So finally one night, you got to put up like a poncho hooch, like knee high. You got to sleep under it out in the field, right? So I'm under my poncho
sounds
hooch and I was
terrible.
like, I'm just going to walk over to the medic thing and just ask for some Vaseline or something. Vaseline, gauze, any type of lube, you know what I mean? So I go to the medic station. I knock on the Humvee. He opens the back of the old medic Humvee where the stairs came down and the doors, right? So I go up in there, and it's me and him in the back of a Humvee. So we're like 2 feet apart. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, my legs, inner thighs are a little chafed, kind of like bottom of my butt cheeks also. Like, could I get some Vaseline or something? He's like, drop your drawers, show me. What? We're like this fucking far away in the back of a Humvee, the medical Humvee. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? And he's like, drop your drawers, show me. And I'm like, this motherfucker right here. So literally bent over, spread my ass cheeks and made sure I got it as close to his fucking face as possible. You know what I mean? He's like,
Hey, yo. If this ain't the biggest pause of 2024, I don't know what is, bro. Like, I don't even be doing the pausing thing, but wow, that is crazy. That is crazy.
it's like you're a little chafed. Yo, Captain Obvious, like you're crushing it over here. Like, keep going, So he's like, looks like you're a little chafed. I'm going to give you some stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Go back to your hooch. Clean yourself off really good the areas with the wet nap from the MRE. I'm like, okay, I got MRE. He's like, they give us to it. They got to feed us. I got those. And he's like, gives me this stuff. Rub this on. It'll go away. Okay. So I walk out of the Humvee. I look at what he gives me, and it's analgesic balm. So I don't know what the fucking analgesic balm is. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means, but I know this. ANAL is the first words, and that's exactly where I'm smearing this shit. So I figured, this is something for your ass. It's analgesic balm. Why else? My ass hurts. He gives me something that says anal on it. It just seems like if this is Latin or something, it seems like this feels right,
This is
so
the
I go in my,
biggest pause of 2024, bro. Wow.
fucking analgesic balm is.
I don't, but I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's not fucking funny. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This doesn't end up funny. So I do the wet naps. I wipe my shit. I clean my shit as best as I'm a good soldier. Clean your shit. He said, clean your shit. I clean my shit. Right. And then analgesic balm, and I'm raw too, so I might as well fucking use this whole tube. I want to save some for later if it works, but I need most of it right now because I'm really chafed. So I get a good amount on my fingers and I'm rubbing my shit. You know what I mean? And at first, the cream was cool and cold. You know what I mean? So it went on, it was cooling. It was analgesic balm is fucking Ben Gay.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in.
He had me rub fucking Ben Gay on raw meat on the inside of my ass, my asshole, my thighs, Ben Gay on my fucking raw shit. Are you fucking sick? You know what I mean? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is what I'm thinking, So I'm in my...
Hey, this is payback. This is payback for throwing your ass in his face, bro.
Poncho hooch screaming in fucking pain without making a noise. Till it was fucking done burning. When it got done burning, it didn't chafe again. Not cool. You know what I mean? And then when I got to my squadron, my troop had run selection. So I went to the selection. I went to the troop that ran my selection. That dude was my medic.
How'd that
my first
go?
medic.
Oh my god.
And I was like, hey, can I? And then I'm a new guy on a team. Luckily, this mid-level guy to next to be leadership guy on my team was in Ranger Battalion, and we were really good friends. So I'm like, yo, what's up with this fucking medic dude? You know what I mean? And he was like, his nickname was Ass Wound. Another story, right? And he was like, you mean Ass Wound so-and-so? I'm like, he wounded my ass. He's like, no, he wounded someone else's ass. And I'm like, oh no, he wounded my ass too, right? And then I had to tell him the story. And every time I'd see the guy, I'd be like, I need whatever. I got no patience for you anymore. Analgesic balm. Fool me once, fuck me. You know what I mean? But he was my first medic.
Let's talk about when you left selection, when you knew that you had made it into OTC.
I was in group 1 month and I was in OTC. 30 days max.
How was OTC for you?
Fucking great. I sucked at a lot of shit. I was probably I think the first time I ran the O course, it was so fucking, I didn't know how to run an O course. Do you go over the rope or under the rope? Do you fucking, I didn't know any of this. And in Ranger Battalion, in Ranger School, you do the Darby Queen, but I don't fucking remember that. You know what I mean? It wasn't a time. It's just kind of this is fun and they're feeding us, So I had done O courses, but I didn't know how to do an O course. So my time was I don't even remember what my time was, the worst time in history. And my counselor's we've never failed anybody out of the unit for the O course, but you could definitely be the first person for this, for sure. I'm like, thank you. In my counseling, yes, sir, thank you. Can I have another? You know what I mean? And then through the course, if I was weak at something, I was there early in the morning. On the weekends, I got with guys that throughout the bill, I got with my cadre. I got with them to ask their buddies who were like CT Olympians, guys that like have orangutan arms that just fucking make the O course look like easy. I did that on weekdays after work with these guys. Show me these techniques, and then like the end of it, I came in like
grinding.
second or third on a rainy day where guys were busting their ass. Why? My technique was fucking tight. It could have rained. It could have anything. I'd have ran the same thing because now I knew how to do it right. So I put in the extra miles. I came in early. I did the work because I think as soon as I got to the building, I knew I didn't want to be anywhere else.
Can we talk about the shooting package a little bit?
What about it? What do you want to know?
Everything.
It starts out kind of easy. Basic rifle marksmanship, whatever the Army calls that shit. You start shooting your rifles, you zero. They teach you how to zero, shoot some bullseye, do your 100, 200, 300. And then before you even go shoot around with a pistol, you'll do a lot of hours of fucking dry fire on a sticky.
Damn.
Before you even get one bullet with that pistol. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of days of dry fire before you even get your first round. And then as the pistol starts, you're kind of far along as the pistol starts, right? And then there's a progression to it. And really it's like, I don't know, it's a bunch of different topics that they got to put together. So, one of the topics is like helicopters, riding in helicopters, rappelling, fast roping, like all that shit. Like that could be a module within itself. So you do like a little marksmanship, another module, back to marksmanship. You know what I mean?
They break it up throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or throughout the whole total time. But the marksmanship standards are no fucking joke.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
They're not fucking playing.
They're not fucking playing.
I sucked. I fucking sucked with a pistol when I first started. And then, I don't know, I was probably winning the shooting program for probably most of my OTC class. And then I had like one fucking day where I dropped like 10 points, like one bad string, and put me in third, and I couldn't recover. It's so competitive. There was no way to get back to the top.
What did you find to be the most challenging portion of OTC?
Of OTC? I would say the most challenging thing in general is not going out when you're other places training, is not going and fucking party.
Listen, bro, if you want to see me talk, this is not the video, fool. I'm listening to this guy. I just need to make some money while recording. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. You're going to show up tomorrow hungover. Like, when I got to OTC, and I am the party guy, right? Like, I'm the good time guy. I'm the fun panda. I will go buy beer. I'll bring my own alcohol, I didn't go out. I didn't do any of that in OTC. And a lot of guys thought I was a plant. Like, they wouldn't talk in front of me. They wouldn't anything. And then, like, guys that knew me are like, what's the deal? And it's like, this is the only place I want to be. I don't need any of that shit. So I would say the thing that fucking trips guys up more than anything is like, let's say, for example, you're out in Nashville, you know what I mean? And you could go to bed at 8 o'clock and come in tomorrow and be really good at what we got to do. Or we ended up till 3 a.m. out partying, you know what I mean? And like, at that level, it shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
when
scary.
You're in Ranger Battalion with 100 guys and you're at the top of the pack, I could show up hungover and still be in the top of the pack. When it's that competitive, you show up hungover, like, take a last place today, you'll never recover from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the most challenging thing is young men being men.
How about performance-wise in training? What did you find the most challenging portion of the course?
I don't even know, man. I didn't think it was really challenging in the sense that it's very professionally ran. So like they tell you what you need to do, and if you need help, some guy will fucking show you. You know, not like other
That's
places
lit.
in
That's
the Army
lit. You
or
got
for
help. You
even
got help.
Green Team at the SEALs. There's no selection, right? And then what happens is you get to a spot, and we're going to train you, but we're also hazing you to weed you out at the same time, right? That doesn't lead to a good product. The Rangers do that, SEALs do that. I mean, it ends up being a lot of times that's how things work, right? Is we're training here, but you're also going to get weeded out by this training also, right? So when you get to the unit, it's if you're going to be the world's best is going to show you how to be the world's best.
So
this is a different thing.
That's lit.
So
That's tough.
OTC, by the time you get to OTC, they want you. They don't want to get rid of you.
No. They want everybody. It'll never be full. You know what I mean? I don't care how big DOD is. It's not a big enough pool to keep the ranks full. So they want every person. You already walked the walk. There's no hazing. It's first name. Like, you need help. Hey, Bob, like, fucking show me that pistol thing again.
No shit. So it's would you consider it a gentleman's course?
Yeah. In the sense that no one's going to fuck
hard.
with you. Now, if you're getting fucked with, you're fucking something up. You know what I mean?
How did it feel when you graduated OTC?
Yeah, I was one of the first guys drafted, and that felt good.
What does that mean, drafted?
It's a draft. The squadrons need bodies. One squadron might need more. There's a rotation, you know, this squadron gets people. This, you got your squadrons taking people, but what if they
That boy legs is disproportionate shit.
more? There's a rotation. They might have the priority, but these guys get more guys. So it ends up being a draft like the NFL. And then the earlier you're drafted, the more you're wanted.
Are you there at the time of the draft?
Oh yeah, they'll fucking call your name. You
No
better walk
shit.
the
So
fuck up
everybody's there.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you'll know who number one is per
That boy
squadron.
going to the NFL.
First guy they asked for.
What number were you?
I don't know, 2.
Number 2.
I'm not a number 1 guy.
Right on.
I'm gonna win from the bottom.
Did you know where you wanted to go?
I like that mentality. I'm not. Nigga, I might have to post that on the threads.
Number 2?
I'm not a number 1 guy.
Right on.
I'm gonna win from the bottom.
I'm not a number 1 guy. I'm gonna win from the bottom. That's fucking hard.
Did you know where you wanted to go? What squadron?
Yeah, I know I didn't want to go to fucking B squadron. That's for damn sure.
Why not?
Fuck those guys.
Well, what is the culture
That's crazy.
in each squadron?
I would say A squadron, where I was, is the older, mature brother. Like, let's not do anything stupid. Let's kind of 2 bulls on a hill, an old bull and a young bull. The young bull says, hey, Bob, let's run down and fuck a cow. And the old bull says, no, son, we're going to walk down and fuck them all. I feel like we were the older bull in that situation.
This is the most. The military is the gayest place you'll ever be.
B squadron was very much like gung-ho, like a ranger squad back then. They wanted to wear their BDUs and they wanted to fucking run the O course, and we're fucking got 6-packs over here, you know what I mean? And we're fucking intense. Pat McNamara is a B squadron guy.
Okay.
Prime example. And then C squadron, like, I don't know, from the A squadron perspective, C squadron was the little brother. After Mogadishu, they took hits they couldn't kind of recover from, and it kept them more junior than the other squadrons for a while.
Little niggas.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, after Mogadishu's fucking squadron was, I think, almost decimated, right? Like, I don't remember how many people died or whatever, but like, that'd decimate a squadron. And then think about this, like, some of my buddies were, team leaders in 4 years, troop sergeant majors in 6, and like, I was the first one to get promoted and take a team, and it took me like fucking 6 or 7 years. You know what I mean? So think about that for experience between the squadrons, right? But from my perspective in my squadron, that's kind of how we saw it.
So did you know this? Did you know this prior to graduating OTC?
Yeah.
You did?
Because when you walk down the hallway to Chow, if you knew a guy in B Squadron, he wouldn't say hi to you if he's with other B Squadron guys. But the guys I knew in A Squadron were like, what's up? I hope you're doing good. Like, you know what I mean? Like regular people.
Yeah.
So you just kind of like see it. You know what I mean?
So how does it go when you graduate OTC?
You cross that hallway with all your shit.
Is there a board? Do they talk to you at all? And
There's a draft.
There's a draft.
Pack your shit, move the fuck out.
No, like, sense of accomplishment, none of that. Just time to move on.
You got your foot in the door. If that ain't good enough for you at this point, you probably shouldn't fucking be here. Right?
So you show up to A Squadron, and how are you received?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, I mean, I was a new guy, like, for a while. My boss told me keep my mouth shut for a while. I did. One day he was like, why ain't you saying nothing? I was like, he's like, because I told you to keep your mouth shut. I nodded. He's like, you probably do well here. I didn't say nothing. Like, but yeah, I don't know, man. I was received just fine. I definitely felt like I was fucking trained and ready to go. And for the first time, I felt
ready
like
to get a body in his bitch.
I was close to being on par with these guys. You know what I mean? Instead of like, what do we do here? You know, I felt like I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
Were you on par at that point?
Almost.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Like, look, true skill won't come later, you know, until you're a boss and you don't got time to shoot. And you're like, hey, guys, what are you doing? Like, I hate when you show up and beat us. Have more experience at this. You know what I mean? So, you know, experience is the time, is the end of the day, I think, for that experience.
You can't beat time, bro. That's something you can't get back.
What year is this?
96.
Where were you when September 11th happened?
Fucking trying to get jump numbers to go to a free fall instructor school. I was out at Rayford jumping.
Did you have any deployments with Delta prior to 9/11?
Yeah.
What were you guys into?
All kinds of shit. Bosnia for one.
What were you doing there?
I did PSD there, amongst other shit. Tons of shit.
Were you impressed?
With Bosnia?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Bosnia was a fucking shit show. You know, even then, we sided with the Muslims. That wouldn't have happened after 2001. We'd go to these fucking, you know, Turkish army camps, you know, fucking Al-Qaeda camps. Nothing we could do about it. But the Serbs were the bad guys, right? Is that how it's kind of like how the war went. Mm-hmm. And I would say Bosnia, I fucking love Bosnia, man. I thought it was great. I had a great time. It was my first taste of chaos and making my own rules as I go. You know what I mean? And then I was a new guy. I had to hang out with, like, I don't know, the guy who complained all the time or the guy who talked all the time, like you with him. And he's like, why do I get the guy that never shuts up? You know what I mean? Well, I'm the new guy. You know what I mean? So, but no matter who they paired me with, I had to, you know, do my job. And I worked fucking hard in Bosnia. Everything I was asked for, I achieved. I think I got one of them defense meritorious ribbons in Bosnia, whatever the fuck you know what I'm talking about? Like defense meritorious service or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got some fucking award for Bosnia. It's pretty good.
Right on. Where were you when 9/11 happened?
Bragg. Yeah, as a Bragg, I was skydiving for free fall instructor. I had to have like 250 jumps, so I go out with the Knights. I go out with the accuracy team, and them motherfuckers are jumping like 1,800 feet. The first time I got out the plane, I was like, what in the fuck is going, why the fuck are we doing this, right? And then, like, we're waiting to jump, and then, what the fuck? So, like, one guy's like, let me go in the team room. I don't know. and the planes were grounded, and then like someone crashed an airplane into the tower, you know what I mean? And like the first plane you see crash into the tower, like, is that pilot fucking drunk? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was thinking, drunken pilots or something, you know what I mean? And then the second one, and you're like, So that day I had to go back. My squadron was deployed. The only reason I was back was to go to the free fall instructor. And I was basically the squadron commander. Like I had a fucking man up on these VTCs. Like, you know, I'm like sitting in these meetings. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, well, you're the senior representative from A Squadron. Like, yo, I shouldn't be in this meeting. You know what I mean? Like, we need a representative from A Squadron. Like, fuck. Okay. So I'm like sitting in this meeting, and like, luckily the B Squadron commander at the time was like, B Squadron's ready and standing by, ready, you know, ready to go worldwide, and you know, like whatever the fuck officer shit he said. You know what I mean? I just said the same thing as him. What about A Squadron? My men are, you know, my guys were somewhere in Europe already, so I was like, my guys are, you know, because like the squadrons are always trying to angle motherfuckers on missions. You know what I mean? So I was like, my guys are already pre-deployed. I know all the airplanes are shut down, but my guys are pre-deployed, you know, X location, and you know what I mean? Trying to like, we're better than these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And then
I'm tired of shit.
the B Squadron guys at 9/11, like they were driving gun trucks around the compound. It's like, yo, we got a fence. We got guards. Like, why I gotta be on guard duty too? You know what I mean? But yeah, I was the A Squadron commander for a little bit, you know what I mean? And then the word that came down in those meetings was, be patient. We got to figure this out. Don't do anything rash. Don't start spinning. Let's be very methodical.
Did you have any idea what you were in for at that point?
Man, I was hoping it was something good. You know what I mean? Like, I've been around this long. Like, we ain't never done anything. Like, hopefully, you know, because there's whole generations of guys don't even get a mission. You know, especially my day, you know, the 90s and shit. So, like, I was hoping, like, hopefully something good comes of this.
Maybe something bad.
When was the first team deployed?
I don't know. I was on the ground in like November. Something like that. I don't even remember.
Were you the first team to deploy from that unit?
I don't remember how it went down, but yeah, we were basically the first guys on the ground.
In Afghanistan? And what were you doing there?
Fucking killing Bin Laden.
I was about to say killing people.
Battle of Tora Bora.
Let's go into that.
All right.
You start.
Man, me and a couple other guys controlled every fucking asset in the Western hemisphere for fucking 10 days. Every fucking bomb, every pound of ordnance, me and a couple other guys dropped. And we killed a lot of people. We killed so many people on my fucking first day, like I just stopped counting then and there, like hundreds. Like it's too many to count. You know what I mean?
How were you killing them?
Radios, took some 50 cal sniper shots, shot some guys, but mostly just fucking moving up, bombing them, right? Because you can't get there from here. And if they shoot at me from that mountain, like I'll just level it. You know what I mean?
Let's go to the brief. Like what was the mission briefing for Tora Bora? What were you guys doing? Like, what was the...
Bin Laden's there. Go get him and kill him. End of discussion. Wanted dead or alive. That's it.
How'd you insert?
Fucking Toyota trucks, man. We drove up, drop a daisy cutter. Man, I had old fucking trusty Rusty. I had this red fucking Toyota truck. Like, I would attract mortar fire like you read about, man. It's fucking awesome. And we just drive right up in that bitch, right into the fucking middle. We get out of the truck on my first day. I'm with this other guy. He was like a Panama guy. He was the guy that in Panama, he shot the machine gun in the barracks and killed all the guys before they got out of bed. So like he had been to combat before. I drive my truck to the top of the mountain, past the tanks. There's fucking savages, the tanks shooting, like total fucking chaos, right? There's press. We had to fight our way through the press. We had a guy almost shoot the press. It was great. Like, this is the best thing ever, right? I'm thinking, so we get to the top of the mountain and like, we're just getting mortared like you fucking read about. And I was like, I asked that guy, I was like, is this incoming or outgoing? Like, what's going on here, right? Like, he's like, why? I'm like, this is fucking great, right? And I was just standing there, right? So he kind of like walked back by the truck and just left me there, right? And then like, I don't know, 10 years later, he was like, hey, remember that day on the top of the mountain? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, those were incoming, but you had such a fucking smile on your face. I didn't want to ruin it for you. I was like, I asked you incoming or out. If you said they were, I thought it was like the tank fire and kicking up. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So like, and at the same time, like in the book Kill Bin Laden, like the fucking savage commander guy, I don't even remember his fucking name, but he's just like, yes, those are your men. And like, you know, Dalton Fury's like, yes, those are my men, you know what I mean? And he's thinking, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? And I'm just over there like, this is fucking great. And like the savage commander, like, your men are very brave. Like, your men are brave. Like, they fucking love me, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of what it was like. Total chaos. No idea what was going on all the time. Let's just make the best thing happen right now we can.
So was that your first kinetic deployment?
Yeah.
As an operator?
Yeah.
Through Ranger, through SF?
Yeah.
In sounds like several years over a Delta as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did that feel?
Fucking amazing, man. Amazing. And then, like, typical team shit. I got two guys arguing who's going to be in fucking charge. One's senior by time. One's actually in charge, but he's junior by time to the senior guy. So these guys are arguing. And I just leave them argue. It'd be like, yo, you know, call for a fire mission, linear sheath, fan them out. You know what I mean? Half air, half ground. I'm just fucking working it. And then it'd be like, be like, hey, they asked you for danger close. Say, hey, stop arguing for a minute. Hey, how far are we from the bad guys? 400 yards. They said 600. Yeah, send it. Get behind a rock. You know what I mean? And like, I fucking drop it. You know what I mean? And then, so these guys argued, and I just took the time to just focus and kill as many human beings as I could. They'd fucking shoot at us. We'd fucking level it. We'd move up. They'd shoot at us. We'd level it. We'd move up. Like, pretty simple.
Was that affecting you at all? I mean, that's your first. Let's talk about your first kill. You said you were on the 50. Do you remember it?
Yeah. Fucking McMillan 50, we shot dudes like, I don't know, 2,500 meters. The problem is like, look, this is why I'm not fucking claiming 1 million of these fucking kills, because you can't get there from here. But I'll tell you this, the motherfuckers never shot again. How do you know?
Mm-hmm.
So is this confirmed kills? So like, yeah, we shot people, man, with that 50. It was fucking great. Because
2,500 meters?
Yeah.
That's your first?
Yeah.
Shit.
First 10 days of the war.
And that's your first engagement with a...
Later, I'd have to go to Special Forces sniper school because I thought I was going to be a sniper team leader in the unit because I'd been a sniper for so long in the unit. And like I already had kills, had a big beard. They hated me over there. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not right. But yeah, first 10 days of the war. And then we just killed and captured so many people. Like, I don't think guys really understand, like, you know, the lone survivor story, right? The Taliban, you know, on the Navy SEAL team. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't go well for the SEALs. Okay. Yo, bring 400 of your friend. Tell them to bring their fucking trucks. Tell them to bring their machine guns. And, like, we would just kill all comers. All comers. You know what I mean? And you'll hear other guys. There's other times we did even more.
Who wants to die today?
We just kill everyone that shows up. So it's like the lone survivor story. Like, I don't even understand it because we would kill hundreds of people in a fucking day. Like, yeah, show up. We'll kill you too. We don't even care. Like, I didn't understand how those things really happened. You know what I mean? Compared to my experience and what I saw. You know what I mean? And then so... Literally, man, I can't tell you how many days I got where we just killed so many people you can't even count.
He sounds proud about that.
So, I mean, no, basically zero rules of engagement. Just kill anything that shows up.
I used to call it State Department by Shrek. I'm the fucking State Department here. I make the decisions. Kill everybody. Let's go. Yeah, I love chaos. It's my jam. I gave you chaos as my jam sticker.
Yep. What? Let's talk about some of your singleton missions.
So, the first one, I had to go back into Tora Bora because I had been there. The premise of going back into Tora Bora is there was a guy who supposedly him and his sons brought Bin Laden out. Right, they escorted him into Pakistan. Right, and then the goal was find him. So I had to go out alone. I was out for days, taxis, trucks, hitchhiking, whatever you want to call it. I get to the area. I had a Kent cigarette bag with a fucking, a Super 8 VHS. I think it was Super 8, or maybe been 6 mil at that time, but 8 or 6 mil like cassettes in the little recorder. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. In a Kent cigarette bag and like a sat phone. And I just fucking took a cab out of Jalalabad towards Tora Bora Mountains and hitchhiked all the way till I got there.
All by yourself?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, how the fuck do you blend in?
Like it's normal.
You wear and then,
I mean, how the fuck do you blend in?
You wear Savage stuff.
And that worked?
Yeah.
No terp, no nothing.
Just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You just shut the fuck up. Yeah, and then like I had to act retarded at a couple of the checkpoints. You know what I mean? Like got the AK to the chest, and it's like if I open my mouth, I'm dead. So that's not an option. You know what I mean? And then I just figured I'd mongoloid voice at volume 11. So the guy's like, la 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 la. I'm like, rah, 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 rah. And the guy's like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I got through the checkpoints, and that's how I got the assault force through all those checkpoints as well.
I mean, your adrenaline had to be going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. I would say this is any guy who is, or girl who was abused as a kid can control that really well, right? Because you're going to get beat by dad when he comes home drunk, right? So it's always about controlling that. I think anyone who's been abused could handle those situations just fine,
How did you get picked for this?
Yeah, I was in Asadabad. It's where I was stationed, and we were doing...
All right, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on my video. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. I hope y'all like this little series I'm doing, bro. I'm just trying to, just react to videos, record myself, practice. You feel me? In the laboratory, just recording, Yeah, man. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, man.